wasn't crying the hardest at the damn funeral. Get the fuck out of it.
Yeah, man.
Like, I just saw your boy on the video eating the cereal or whatever the fuck he was eating on that.
Like it's always some fuckery. But yeah, I didn't realize that. And then there was something the other day somebody posted. No, but I think it was in the group. And it was like, which one of these singers got to go? And I think Whitney was on there. And somebody was like Whitney.
Yeah, it was Whitney.
I was like Whitney.
It was Whitney, Sade,
Anita Baker, and
it's in
I forgot who the other one was.
I can't remember who the other
Mariah.
one.
It was Whitney, Mariah, Sade, and
Tina Marie.
Tina Marie. Yes.
Anyway,
I mean, by default, I'm not gonna pick anybody white in general over 3 black people. So.
Man, so the
Sade was on there. I can't rock with Sade.
Like, who got to go? So I'm like, Tina Marie. Like, I'm not allowed to talk bad about Tina Marie in the group anymore. Somebody got real upset about it.
Oh, girl, fuck you up.
But the somebody commented and was like, Whitney, because she was more pop anyway. She ain't really fuck with us. So, and I think that was the problem. Like, she was black. People felt she was more pop, and they just didn't fuck with her. So it's like, well, when did people start fucking with Whitney then?
On the Heartbreak Hotel album. No. They started fucking with her on the what was
Waiting to Exhale.
Waiting Excel. Waiting Excel.
That sounds about right.
They was kind of fucking with her on Bodyguard.
And you know what?
I think maybe it was Bodyguard.
Bodyguard, but that's what I say. Bodyguard was a great movie.
Bodyguard was Bobby though. I think Bobby brought her to the hood.
Bobby might have brought her to the hood. That might have been her hood pass. Was Bobby?
Yes, Bobby. I think she was a hood chick anyway.
Because
but they wanted her
she's from Newark.
For us to accept her music.
Right. So, like, yes, Whitney is a hood chick. Let's not get that twisted. Whitney is a hood chick. However, she was back when studios used to actually create artists, create images, like
art development.
her development was for her to be this kind of like black pop princess, which was working, but black people was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, no, what is this? So even with her ballads, her ballads were all Diane Warren power ballads.
Mm-hmm.
So even though
the thing was, and you also look at Stacey. Also, you got Janet Jackson really took a lot of that space that she could have had, because Janet was going back and forth between pop and R&B constantly.
But Janet
constantly.
Well, you know where Janet come from though, and then Janet was.
But I think, but Janet has been one of the only artists that's been able to really tiptoe that line between both for most of her career.
Yeah.
True. And then also what Janet was putting out at the time, like even with her, Whitney don't dance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And nobody wants to see nobody
dance with somebody, but she don't know how to dance.
So Janet was putting out this whole package of everything. So we already knew Janet from her being Penny. We already knew her family. She comes out with the first out with Control. We out here dancing the Pleasure Principle. She doing the Cabbage Patch in the video. Whitney ain't doing that shit. Whitney want to dance with somebody with this bad big wig on and doing a little, you know.
And you got to think the production. She should have got more like R&B production. The Janet getting Jimmy Jam and Terry, that was it. Like
that was it.
And Whitney didn't have that. So, and which is very funny when you watch the documentary and the shade that they throw, that her and her mom are throwing at
her mom was mad.
And it was her and Paula Abdul. It was her and Paula Abdul, right? That she was throwing shit.
Yeah, throwing that shade. But it's like, hey, that's what they was. I mean, you can shade Paula Abdul all you want. Women had like an album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should push shade her and have Paula come and choreograph your shit like she was doing everybody else's.
Yeah, she did Janet.
Right. So that's what you could have done. But yeah, Whitney was, I think at this point, I mean, even now, like, what's the black boy name that I don't, Jason Derulo.
Ah, yeah.
Like, I know nothing about this boy. I would always hear his name. I thought he was some white boy. Had no idea. And I think that's kind of like what Whitney was to black people. It was like a Jason Derulo situation of like, they exist, they making these moves, but I don't know them. And then all of a sudden, Whitney, at some point, there's something that's that crossover. So it could be Bobby, it could be
That Waiting Excel soundtrack helped out a lot. That shoot.
Yeah, wait
That
till
shoot.
But she was already with us by
I
then.
think it was Bodyguard.
I think
I
it was
really feel like it was Bodyguard though.
We have something in common.
I think that came later though.
Shit,
Like
that
her-
is my shit.
Yeah, her and Bobby, the shit with her and Bobby was before. I think Bobby gave her the dirt on her or the street cred that she needed on our side. But I honestly, in my heart of hearts, believe she introduced the harder drugs.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, we
Because-
all know that. Like that's not a that's no debate.
Because Whitney had the money. Whitney had the money to get
There's-
that nice stuff.
There's no debate on her introducing him to the harder drugs. Like it's people love to believe that she was this angel, but everyone has said, members of New Edition have said, y'all just don't know. Like it ain't Bobby. And to this day, Bobby will not speak ill of her.
Yeah.
No,
Like any interview you see, he will not talk about her in anything, but he does not bring it up. But it is, like I said, have you seen the documentary, JL?
Which one?
The Whitney documentary. Well, she has two of them.
I saw one of them. They
is-
highlighted
this
the
is one of the
girls
movies.
that Bobby didn't get along with and all that. I remember that.
Right, yeah. So there's one that was in the theater, and then there's one that was on Showtime.
I saw the Showtime.
So you need to see the one that was in the theater, and you will learn quite a bit. You will learn quite a bit. It was her, I want to say it was her older brother that had her own shit. Like they had her smoking weed and doing shit.
Nah, but who was the one dude? It was like the family friend. And it was like
That's the brother. Her brother. She's talking about her brother.
Brother.
No, it was an old guy.
Their brother.
No,
Mhm.
this dude was old, man. He was like their daddy age. Talking about he gave her some cocaine and some weed.
I'm
I
telling
haven't heard about the.
I thought it was the brother though. I always thought it was the brother.
brother.
Her
I
older
don't know.
brother.
Maybe I'm looking at another. It was an old dude. This dude looked like he was like their daddy age.
So you got to think of it though, right? So we're not looking at old footage. We're looking at what they look like right now. So it's her brother. It's what's the sister's name? Pat? Is not Pat? Is that Pat's husband? The sister-in-law is Pat.
Because it's not her blood brother. It's her brother-in-law, right?
No. It's
No. Pat is
the girl is not her sister.
right. Pat is her sister-in-law. She's the one you kind of see more out there. That's the sister-in-law. Pat is married to somebody. I think that's the older brother, but there's a half brother that's out there too. And I think the half brother was the one that was also around. Like I need to watch the documentary again, but I can't because it's too emotional. Like I remember I was at the theater. I was actually like crying in the theater watching it, like I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. Like, but it's a deep ass. The woman was talented as fuck. Like how you just open up your mouth and that voice comes out. Like that is just insane.
Still the best national anthem I've ever seen at the Super Bowl.
It's gonna be. And nobody's gonna top that.
Marvin Gaye. Gaye's.
National anthem, real quick. Did y'all see that the NFL is going to play the Black National Anthem prior to game one?
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No. We didn't ask for all this extra shit we getting that we did not. I didn't ask for none of this shit. I don't want none of that.
It's Jay-Z fault.
We're trying to fucking penalize us for standing up for us. That's what we asked for.
They're being funny at this point. They're just being
Yeah, it's kind of
like it's becoming. They're making a mockery of everything. It's
Please
like,
rise for the singing of the Black National Anthem. Lift
Right.
every voice and sing.
bet you the white folks sit down. Bet you the white folks don't stand. That's what I want to see. I want to see who stands up and who doesn't. I don't even know all the words. I was at a Urban League, the Urban League annual dinner in St. Louis a couple of years ago, and everybody had to stand up and sing along to the Black National Anthem. The first verse, it's a little tricky for me around the little bridge part. But then they went to the second verse. I said, "Wait a minute, are y'all shitting me? Who the fuck is the second verse?"
I do. Stony the road we trod, bitter.
I didn't know the second verse. I just knew the first.
Felt with the sound.
It was not pretty with me up there, and I was sitting there like, they got the words.
No teleprompter.
I was like, I'm just trying to do the melody. So it's.
I know it, man. I had to learn it in school, so I know all of it.
You learn it like in elementary school.
I know that I had to learn the first verse. Like, so I can do the first verse. It gets a little tricky with the sing a song part because I mix up things, but I'm all right. I got it. Second verse, I'm like, wait a minute, there's a second verse.